Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGod. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about playing smarter. And I'm going to point out a bunch of things that happen in this match because there are several examples of teammates not playing very smart. And I'm going to point those out because several of them happen. And hopefully you're not making these mistakes. And if you are, you'll be able to adjust them. So you can go on longer streaks, have better control of the map, and have more consistency in winning. As you can see on the screen, we're going to be playing London Docks Domination. I'm actually going to be playing against a 3-man party and a 2-man party, which is only important a handful of times just because a lot of times when people play in parties, there's a little bit more communication so they can tell people and direct people of your location. And just a heads up, I'm running that best Waffe class setup after the DLC 4 update, so I'm going to link that down in the description if you're interested in checking that out at all. If this is your first time to the channel, I typically cover Call of Duty news, in-game updates, best class setups, subscriber breakdowns, as well as other tip and trick videos on how to improve at Call of Duty. If any of that sounds interesting and you do enjoy the video, remember to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. And to everyone watching the video, if you do enjoy the video at any point, remember to hit that like button so we get this video over 350 likes. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. So at this point in the match, we already have a pretty good map control, but you can see someone already tried to take A. It flickered on the other side. What we want to do is maintain this little area, this invisible line. That's about 70% of the map, 65% of the map. Because once you push too far into the enemy spawn, it will flip and rotate the spawns and you'll essentially lose your home spawn. You don't want to do that. You can see kind of how I'm rotating back and forth in this general area. It is a form of kind of spawn trapping, but it's more spawn predictability. Because the way I'm rotating, I know where enemies are going to be positioned. As long as I don't push too deep into the enemy spawn, or my teammates don't, it shouldn't be an issue. It looked like one of my teammates did push a little too close to C and ended up rotating out the spawns. So now we got to make C our home spawn, and B is still secured at this point. But 9 times out of 10, when you're flipping these spawns, it ends up putting yourself in a wonky position where you don't really know where enemies are coming from. And that's mainly because you create a lot of little pockets in between you and your teammates that allows enemies to slip through and most likely shoot you in the back or in the side from an area you're not looking. And as you can see, we lost B already, and that didn't take very long. Almost immediately once you flip those spawns, teammates end up out of position. You end up losing that map control because now the whole spawns flip. And now you got to reposition. So right here, I want to get as close to A without actually pushing into A. And as long as one of my teammates is kind of covering the middle of the map where the statue is, we shouldn't have a problem capturing B. Based on the current situation, the enemies can only spawn dockside or in this back left corner where I was looking by A. So B should be completely free. You can see one of my teammates is shooting the guy at mid, and the guy who was camping B gets an unfortunate nade. You can see that in the kill feed. So that's just more of a bad timing. He could have been able to dodge it, but obviously it's a sticky nade, so the reaction time is a little bit lower there. You can see where I'm positioned here. This teammate doesn't need to be in this window because he's allowing spawns to happen at dockside. Where he was positioned out on the ground floor was a little bit better location for him to sit. And he should be sitting around that dockside so that it's easy for one of our teammates that maybe doesn't have quite as good gun skill to actually take over B. So it looks like they're jumping on B now. You can see the other guy's going by the crane, so I got to go ahead and rotate out, try and take him out. He's shooting stuff, smoke nade over there at B. We end up recapturing B. Because I've been able to lock down this area, it makes it pretty predictable where enemies are going to be. Somehow a guy slipped all the way around where we were at, and I'm just kind of rotating back and forth, seeing what's going on. But I don't want to push too deep because this is probably the worst area of this actual map, and this is what causes a lot of spawn flips. Because there's not really a safe spot to sit on that left side besides that head glitch, a lot of times people end up pushing through that area and rotate the spawns and flip the spawns to the other side. You can see where we're positioned at right now. We have really solid map control. Looks like teammates are starting to get too aggressive though. You can see them all pushing to A. There's a little bit of paratroopers there, so that's kind of skewing that a little bit. But pretty much people are either going to spawn dockside, which you can see the guy is going through the docks, and then the other people are all spawning this back left corner. As long as you just maintain this as a united front, no one's going to get past this. You might get outgunned, but at least you have teammates to backfill and cover that area. So right here, I'm just kind of waiting it out, playing smart, positioning. My teammate's staying on that right side, down on the ground level. He outgunned that guy. I do see someone around here. It looks like he went downstairs. And since that enemy had commando on, he's able to parachute back down, influence the spawns. You can see the spawns are starting to flip. Somehow we end up taking A, and then they end up trying to rotate C. We end up triple capping, which isn't really a great habit. I go ahead and rotate back over here. Since it's already pretty obvious that the spawn's flipped, I do pick up a couple of those ordnance packs. And it's right around this point you're going to see we're starting to lose B. Luckily, it's at the end of the match, so we didn't really lose anything there. But every time the spawns flip, you start to lose that map control. Ideally, you want to maintain that map control. Spawn should never flip. And pretty much you'll dominate every match because you'll have 2 cap the entire match. Hopefully you're enjoying the video so far. If you are, remember to hit that like button. If you're brand new, subscribe and turn those notifications on if you're still enjoying the video. So I've already been able to show you guys a couple examples that happened in that first half. In this second half, the teammates go wild on trying to cap over and over, and you get in a position where they want to flip the spawns continuously, which is not a good thing. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I was actually playing, and a lot of times I get in lobbies like this just because people don't know how to play domination. They think they do. They think they got to get 10 captures, get 9 captures, 15 captures. Oh my God, I'm helping my team. They don't realize the negative effects that they're actually doing to the lobby. Right here, I'm just kind of camping for a streak, and this is probably the first time I've actually camped in the entire match. I wanted to make sure I got my streaks because a lot of times having those streaks is the difference between winning and losing, especially when you play with random teammates. One thing I did want to make very clear is I'm not advocating getting 0 caps a match. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if you're going to run out of spawn, make sure you get the B flag, hold that down, maintain map control, do not flip spawns, and you shouldn't have to cap another flag the entire round. And as you can see, my team already decided a triple cap, so they already went over to A. So all the enemies are spawning at C, and then now my teammates kind of at C. Now they're spawning out in the kind of the middle open, coming from dockside. I'm just kind of protecting myself, and the spawns are kind of rotating back and forth. I'm keeping people off of A. And the saddest part about this is my teammates ran and hurried up to get to A without ever capping B. Imagine that. They actually chose to go with the split cap, which is not a good thing. So we're probably going to end up losing A, or the spawns are going to rotate right now, and you're going to see that we potentially lose C. I go ahead and jump kind of in the middle, kind of run through, make sure that this little area is clear, because as long as this little area is clear, we should have a good opportunity to take B. Right here, now I'm kind of choking off this area. I know that they're going to be spawning at C. We got a little bit of bombing runs in and stuff like that. Streaks are starting to come in. All the enemies are coming from this back corner, so our teammates should be able to get B. Ends up looking like somebody gets spawned out because no one took B, then automatically the guy spawns on me and gets me shot in the back. So we're not really doing a good job of map control at this point. I end up kind of rotating and kind of cover that area, hoping that my teammate would push B, but they don't. A lot of times people don't realize this, but you're not going to win domination by yourself. Typically you do need teammates to jump on objectives. Like right now, I know I need to jump on the objective because not enough people are doing it. There was someone there. I wanted to accelerate that. We're already starting to flip spawns. For whatever reason, people love to flip spawns. So I come around over here, take this guy out. Now I know more than likely these are the home spawns. Let me just clear out this right side to make sure that the spawns are spawning behind me. And I basically end up in a position where I get pinched because there's 2 people coming around the other side. The person who ran through mid just kind of ran through mid. They didn't really peek that right side, which is perfectly fine. They could have ran right through mid, and then now they're covering that part of the map. But at this point, we still got a little bit better map control. There are still little stragglers in this middle right side, kind of where we just cleared them out. But now it's looking pretty good. We got a pretty good front here. We have someone at middle map, someone at dockside, and then someone on this right side, kind of pinching this spawn so that if anyone comes out of this right side, we should be in a pretty good position. You can see I continue to peek, get flashbanged, I look, I end up getting killed, but overall we still have the solid map control. You can see where I'm spawning. I know that this side's clear on the map. Someone might be potentially moving to dockside. You can see the B is flickering a little bit, so we got to regain that. It looks like whoever was in middle didn't do a great job of holding that down, or they possibly died. And then you can see right here, killing the guy in spawn, not necessarily pushing all the way through spawn because I don't want the spawns to flip, but I'm just rotating, making sure I control this section of the map. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can do. We end up losing B because no one's pushed up in mid and no one's pushed up on the left side of the map. So a lot of that has to go with map control. Why do we lose B? Because we're allowing it to be lost, right? I'm spawning out on this side, so someone potentially could be in my back right spawn. I end up taking this guy out, come around, take him out. And the problem in this moment is no one is watching mid by the actual statue. Someone should have been up there. Obviously, I couldn't be up there. They couldn't be up there. Somebody needed to be up there, but obviously with the lack of communication, there's not much we could do. Teammate ends up cleaning that guy right there, but we're still not capturing B. We are ahead by 50 points, so odds are we're not going to lose, even if we just hold out the time. We need to probably cap one more objective for a few more seconds, but people were able to rotate wherever they want, and you end up losing positioning bad. You can see right here, the guy just flipped the spawn. The enemy team just flipped the spawn a little bit because now we're capturing C. The guy was able to get A, and some of our teammates all jumped on. Now we got a split cap again. So most of the enemies are going to actually be spawning on dockside or on the mid right side. And then you're going to see we end up getting this triple cap, end up taking this guy out with the teammate, and we kind of clear this middle section. I'm thinking the teammates are going to jump on it. And the worst part about triple capping is you don't really know where the map control is because it's not clearly defined. Typically, if you have a B flag and the home flag, you know that wherever the flag is that you don't have is where you need to push and maintain that area. And regardless if you triple cap or you do a split cap like we did here, it's a lot harder to figure out where enemies are coming from. There's a little bit more randomness because they could really just be spawning anywhere because your teammates are moving anywhere. And a lot of times that just creates confusion and inconsistency in your matches. So hopefully you did enjoy the video and you found some useful information in it about triple capping, map control, and I was able to explain a little bit more in detail what I'm talking about when I'm playing. If you did enjoy the video in any way, remember to hit that like button so we can get this video over 350 likes. And if you're brand new to the channel and haven't hit that subscribe button, this is probably the time to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a great day.